Good morning, Charlie. Or be quiet. That's fine too. Yeah, exactly, Charlie. All right. How's it going, YouTube? Once again, it's been about another month since my last video. This one's been past due for a bit now, and finally getting around to finishing it up and getting it posted. Mostly because tomorrow I'm going to be headed to the Vloggers game at Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California. And so I wanted to get, a vlog out since it's been a while since I've done one of those. And so just kind of catch everyone up. Mostly been doing family stuff over the last month since getting back from Vegas, hanging out with my wife. We went to Hawaii, took Charlie with us, and been taking him to daycare since then. He started full time, and so I've been playing during the days and then pick him up by 5 o'clock. And then just to kind of set up this vlog, it's from a few months back when we went to San Diego. The plan was originally to check out 8 Mile Casino, 7 miles, I don't know, 8 miles, 7 miles, some miles in San Diego to play some PLO. I hear there's a PLO game there. But then once we arrived, the weather was really bad. There was a crazy storm, so I didn't get to go there. And then after that, we went to go visit my wife's cousins, and so I went to go check out Ocean's 11, which they were not too far from. So this vlog is just kind of our trip there, and then playing at Ocean's 11. So I hope you enjoy it, and please check out the live stream on Twitch for Stone's Gambling Hall on Wednesday the 26th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, thanks. Peace. So here we are, finally getting into some poker at the Ocean's 11 casino. I show up planning on playing whatever bigger games they have running. Right when I walk in, I run into a good buddy I knew from Vegas who now works there. We catch up for a bit, and then he's able to get me this fantastic meal comped. As you can see, it was delicious. I even got some cheesecake. At this point, I've jumped into the 5-5 no limit game while I wait for the half and half PLO and Big O. It's a few orbits in when this hand goes down. I've already chipped up a bit from one player in the game who just seems clueless. He's already called down very light a couple of times in spots where it was obvious he was beat. We were playing 5 or 6 handed at this point when under the gun opens to 30, which was larger than previous opens. The action player on the button calls 30, and I call 25 more from the big blind with pocket 6s. The flop comes 8-6-3 with 2 diamonds. Bingo! I check, the preflop opener confidently snap bets 75, and the button calls. My read is the preflop opener has an overpair. I suspect that on this drawy board it will be rather impossible to fold it to a check raise. I also felt that the button player who was never ever folding any draw or piece that he had flopped. I elected to raise to 275 to charge the maximum against draws as well as put the overpair to a decision for his stack of about 800, which I had covered. It was my belief that he was never ever folding an overpair to some punk kid. I don't mind my raise size here, but perhaps I could have picked a smaller sizing to induce a re-raise from him. In my mind, it was rather obvious the pre-flop opener had an overpair, and the last thing I wanted to do was flat the flop and let a scare card come off that would kill action. Much to my dismay, the pre-flop opener tanked for quite some time and painfully found a fold. The button then snap folded as well. The end result sucked since it looks like the opener was able to make a great fold that I didn't think he was going to make. Oh well, sometimes they fold pairs when you have it. Womp womp. After playing for a little bit longer and seeing that the action had dried up, I decided it was time to check out the bar and grab a beer with my buddy, who was just ending his night shift. Yep, that's right, it looks like any other casino bar. Finally, I got a call that a seat had opened in the PLO Big O game, and so I cashed out my chips to color them up to the correct chips for the game. We ended up winning 545 in the 5-5 no limit game, and then traded them in for these racks of sweet pink chips. The game was 2-4 pot limit Omaha and Big O, and it was a $400 max buy-in. Very interesting, and I was excited to get my feet wet. First, I must begin with a fair warning. This is one of the first times I've played Big O, and considering the size of the game, I kind of came here to mix it up, so a lot of these hand histories could get quite interesting, and I probably don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to high-low Omaha, so take it all with a grain of salt, please. The good news was that I quickly realized none of my opponents really knew how to play either. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Here we go to some madness, I guess is one way to put it. In this first hand, we are playing 2-4 Big O, and I am dealt the sweet ace 6-4 king with 2 hearts. Unfortunately, as you're going to see, it's not the nut hearts. So looking back at this hand, it's pretty mediocre. I don't have a nut flush draw, no real suits. I do have aces. My low draw is once again mediocre with the ace 6-4. It plays okay, but it's a hand that, I'm obviously going to have to be careful with. I get 3 callers, and the flop is 10-6-4 all diamonds. I flop bottom 2 and the nut flush blocker. I lead for 24 chips into 38 chips, repping the flop nuts. The mistake here being there's an obvious low draw, so even if someone flopped a bad flush, chances are they have a low draw and are just going to call off drawing to it. The first person calls and the other 2 fold. The turn is a 4. Bingo! I put him all in for the last 40 chips that he has. He calls, the river is a deuce, and he has ace deuce 3-9 with 3 diamonds for a flop 9 high flush, rivering the nut low. So yeah, we chop it up. Alrighty, and now back to the action. Here's the second hand of note. I open to 20 with ace deuce 3-7-8, 1 suit. After a few limpers, the flop comes ace jack 8 with 2 clubs. It checks to me, and I check it back with top and bottom pair as well as the nut low draw. The turn is the 6 of clubs, giving me the nut low but also bringing the flush. First to act pots for $80. There's one caller and I call. The river is the 8, giving me 8s full as well as the nut low. It goes check check and I bet 140, which is just about how much they both have. The first guy folds and the second snaps with deuce tray for the same nut low, and he ends up getting quartered. Another one for the good guy. So I ended up playing for so long that I ordered a second meal, this delicious special house salad of theirs with avocado and shrimp. I'd go back just for this salad, seriously. So I had written down a couple of other hands to share, but they all ended up in chopped pots, and that's not very exciting. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to cut it out and wrap it up here. I ended up playing till about 6 in the morning, mostly because I really enjoyed playing this game. It was a lot of fun, the players were having a great time, and we were able to pull out a nice win of $409. So with the original win in the 5-5 No Limit game, we won almost $1,000 between the two games. So pretty nice. Another thing you might notice is that I didn't share any hands from the Pot Limit Omaha. For whatever reason, all of the action was actually in Big O, and as a result, all of the bigger pots that I had played and won were in Big O as opposed to Pot Limit Omaha. Overall, I had a great time in San Diego and really enjoyed playing at Ocean's 11 Casino. I'm actually going to be going back to San Diego this weekend to visit some family, and hopefully I'll be able to check out the card room once again. As I mentioned at the beginning of the vlog, I'll be heading tomorrow to Sacramento to play at Stone's Gambling Hall in the Vloggers game. The information is here to follow, and please make sure you check that out. As always, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you'll be tuning in tomorrow at twitch.tv/StonesLivePoker. Thanks, guys.